everybody! My name is Jennifer Zapata. Welcome to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here watching my video. I wanted to upload this video today to talk about my first 10 weeks of pregnancy. I'm pregnant. We're very excited. I wanted to tell you a little bit about our story. We got married April 8th. And our wedding was beautiful. Everything went so well. And then we jetted off to Cancun, Mexico. We stayed at an all-inclusive resort there. It was a magical time. And obviously it was a very successful honeymoon because when we came back, I found out about 2 weeks later that I was pregnant with our first child. I'm 27, so I was definitely ready. We had planned on waiting a little bit longer to have a child, maybe at least a few months of marriage or a year, but we've known each other for almost 5 years now. So I definitely think that we are in a good, healthy place to have a baby. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how I was using birth control before, and talk to you about some of the natural things that I've been using throughout this pregnancy, and just some of the products that I've found that are super, super useful and have saved me on some of these days of intense nausea and fatigue. So to start off with, I wanted to talk about what I was using before I got pregnant for birth control. This is a Lady Comp, and some of you may have heard of it, some of you may have not. But it's all the rage in Europe. It's basically a computer that takes your basal body temperature when you wake up in the morning. So before you get out of bed, before you do anything, before you move around too much, which increases your temperature, you basically take this little thermometer guy and put it in your mouth, under your tongue, just like a regular thermometer, and your temperature will pop up on the screen. And it will give you a red light, a green light, or a yellow light, depending on how it tracks your ovulation. And I'll do a more detailed video about the Lady Comp because I am such a big fan of it. But don't worry, this did not fail us. I did not get pregnant from using this. Actually, during the honeymoon, I kind of disregarded this little guy, and that's how we ended up pregnant. So the Lady Comp does work. I don't want you to think it doesn't work, and I'm going to do a more detailed video on that later. But in this video, I want to talk to you about what I've been experiencing these first 10 weeks. So I've had a lot of nausea. When I wake up in the morning, I am absolutely starving. Like, I need to eat right now. I'm like a grumposaurus in the mornings until I eat. So I found this cereal because I've been craving fruit. It's like all I want to eat ever. So I found this cereal. It's the Kashi Go Lean Toasted Berry Crisp. It's great because it has 9 grams of protein, it has fiber, and it has whole grains. I'm a pescatarian, so I worry that I'm not getting enough protein in this pregnancy. So finding a cereal that's fortified with protein, plant protein, is really great. So I highly recommend that if you're craving fruit, but you want to make sure you're getting protein to eat in the mornings. It's just a great fruity flavor, and it's natural, you know, it's Kashi Go Lean, and it has protein. I want to talk to you about the nausea. I experienced a lot of nausea just pretty much throughout the whole day. It's not just morning sickness, unfortunately. It actually gets almost worse in the evenings after I've eaten dinner. I think it's just because my stomach is trying to digest all of that food. And when you're pregnant, what happens is in your esophagus, what separates your esophagus and your stomach, the little valve just sort of softens a little bit. So some of that stomach acid is able to seep up into your esophagus, and it just makes you feel sort of like you're having heartburn. So I feel that pretty much all day. Which can sometimes get really frustrating. So I found these. They are Preggie Pops. I got the organic ones. They don't have any artificial coloring in them, which some of the other ones do. It's basically ingredients. It has cane juice, brown rice syrup, citric acid, natural flavors, which are made with essential oils, and natural colors. So, of course, it does have a little bit of sugar, but these are seriously lifesavers. After I eat a meal, maybe I'm feeling nauseous, I just pop one of these guys in my mouth, and it really, really, really helps. It really does. And these come in great flavors. There's sour raspberry, sour lemon, and sour green apple. Anything sour, oh my gosh, it's like heaven to me right now. Anything sour, and fruits. My prenatal vitamins that I'm taking, I had gotten some from the doctor, you know, they gave me some samples, but I really just kind of latched on to these, the 1 a day prenatals. I get them at Publix, you know, they're fairly cheap. This one is the fish oil, has DHA in it. I'll show you what they look like. They're just little yellow pills with fish oil inside. And then this is just the regular prenatal that they have. It's just a pink pill. It's not all that large. I've seen some that are way larger. So that's what I've been using, and I haven't had any increased nausea due to taking these. Pretty much just the same usual. Some of the ones from the doctor's office I think were sort of making me feel sort of sick. So I'm just sticking with the ones that I know work for me. Now, if you look at the 1 a day, if you look at the calcium, it basically says that it's only about 23% of your daily calcium intake. So I wanted to make sure that I was taking an additional calcium supplement. So I'm taking these guys. It also has magnesium and zinc. I read online somewhere that magnesium can help you with the nausea. So here's to hoping, right? Fingers crossed. So I've been taking these also once a day. I take these in the morning, and I take the prenatals at night, just because if they do make me more nauseous, then I'm taking them at night, so it's not affecting me during the day. So when I was about 8 weeks pregnant, 7 to 8 weeks pregnant, we went in for our first ultrasound. So I wanted to show you guys the pictures. Pretty exciting to be able to see. Down at the bottom you can see the heartbeat, which we had a normal high heartbeat, which the doctor said was great that it was high. It means that the baby is, you know, stable and the heart is beginning to function. There's 2 apps that I've downloaded that I highly recommend. One of them is called The Bump, and it's really neat. They show you a 3D view of the baby, and they show you everything that's happening with the baby. Right now at 10 weeks, the heart chambers are starting to form, and it talks a little bit about the eyes and the ears starting to develop, and the fingers and the toes are no longer webbed, and the tail is gone at 10 weeks. So pretty exciting stuff. I highly recommend The Bump, and I also have the Baby Center app. The visuals are not as good on that app, but it actually has lots of details in terms of what's happening to the baby, and it has lots of tips, and they actually have a forum on there where people can ask questions. I try to stay away from those things because it just kind of scares me, and you hear about all these issues that people are having. But obviously if you're having those issues, it's a great place for you to go and find support. So Baby Center and The Bump. There's also a fetal heart monitor that you can get. You have to purchase it through the App Store, and you can supposedly listen to the baby's heartbeat. I don't have that one, but I've heard people talk about it. So that's another one that you could look into if you're interested. In terms of books, I had gotten this one, the Mayo Clinic Guide to Healthy Pregnancy. So far I've really liked it. It just sort of goes through everything. It has like a medication, things that you shouldn't be taking. And then once the baby is here, it actually has step-by-step things that your baby's gonna go through developmentally. And it also goes through the pros and cons of having a C-section versus a normal delivery. So I definitely suggest it. My sister actually got it for me when we found out I was gonna have a baby. She was so excited. She got this book for me. So I do suggest that one. Things I've been using for potential stretch marks. I'm not really super showing right now, but I will suggest a few things that maybe you can start using early on. I've started using them just in case, because I really don't want to get stretch marks. But I know some people are just genetically more prone to them than others. But here's to hoping. My parents got me this. It's called the Zoe Organics Belly Oil. There's a nice little applicator here. And they basically just tell you to rub it on anywhere that you think might develop stretch marks. It has lots of natural ingredients, which is great. Lots of natural ingredients. It has sunflower oil, grapeseed oil, rosehip oil, pumpkin seed oil, rosemary. So a great natural product that you can use. Also the Burts bees, I just thought this was so cute. The mama bee. It's a belly butter. Talks about shea butter and vitamin E. And then of course, this is like, you know, what everybody uses for stretch marks. The Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula. This was actually one of the first purchases I made when I found out I was pregnant. Went to Target, got this guy. So I just use those kind of together throughout the day. Like in the morning I'll put some on, and then at night I'll put some on. So of those 3 products, I'm hoping that one of them will work for any potential stretch marks. Now in terms of like keeping track of everything that I'm going through, I got this off of Etsy. It's called Hello Bump, and it's really cute. It just has things for you to put in here, like this is the story of, and then week by week you can write in things that are happening to you. I wrote in for like the 6 weeks all the things that I was going through. So it's just nice to have something to document what you're going through that maybe you can later show to your child, or just so you have documentation of it, so if you're ever pregnant again you can look back and be like, oh yeah, I remember I did go through this and I will get over this. That's what everybody keeps telling me. You'll start feeling better soon. Just a few more weeks, and it just seems like these few weeks are dragging on. So in terms of exercising, I used to exercise a lot. I used to do CrossFit, I used to do cardio, lots of abs, and now I just don't have a lot of energy. I found on YouTube some great people who uploaded some amazing workouts for like the first and second and third trimester. So definitely look up those, you know, just anything's better than nothing. I've been trying to do at least once or twice a week, but you know, it doesn't always happen. So if you guys have any questions, comment below. I'd love to hear your stories and hear some of the things that you're going through. And thank you for watching my 10-week pregnancy update, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.